Good day, people. Today we're going to do the solution to the Math Wars number 2. So this paper consists of 18 questions, 14 multiple choice, and 4 constructive response questions. Question number 1. The table shows the data collected from a random sample of 400 students about their favorite school subject. What percent of students choose language arts as their favorite subject? So we see language arts right here. So that language arts would have been 80 out of the 400 students. So we see that 80 out of 400 students is less than half of 400. So we can eliminate 50% because 50% would be about 200 students. We can also eliminate 80% because 80% is greater than 50%. And we know that it's less than 50% would like language arts. So let us proceed to work it out. So multiply by 100. We see that we would get 8,000 over 400, which would give us 20%. All right, so that would be our answer. So if we can eliminate 2 obvious wrong answer, we have a 50% chance of getting the answer. Next question. Connor works 8.5 hours and earns $80.75. So he makes an hourly rate that is proportional and earns $118.75. How many hours did she work? All right, so we know that Connor worked 8.5 hours and got $80.75. So if Zoe worked more money, obviously she must have worked more hours. So A cannot be the answer. So we can eliminate A because she would have earned more. She would have worked more hours to earn that amount at the same rate. All right, let us set up a proportion. 8.5 is equal to $80.75. So we are saying how much would be equal to $118.75. Cross multiplying, we get 80.75x is equal to 1009.375. Divide both sides by 80.75. We see that x would be equal to 12.5. So this would be our answer. The perimeter of a rectangular wall divider is 88 feet. Its height is 20 feet. What is the width? All right, so we can draw a rectangle. We know that the perimeter is 88. So if the height is 20, on this side would be 20 as well. So that's 40. So we have 88 and we subtract 40. We see that we're left with 48 to share between these two sides. So this side would be 48 divided by 2 and 48 divided by 2. So that's 24. So our answer is 24. All right, we know that it could not be 68 because if this is 20 and this is 20, that's 40 already. 68 and 68 would be way over 88. Next question. What is the value of half minus 2/3 minus 1/4? So first we have to, based on order of operations, we have to do inside the parentheses first. So we have a half minus, all right, we're going to get the same common denominator. So we're going to get 8 over 12 minus 3 over 12. And we see that that's a half minus 5 over 12. All right, we know that a half is the same thing as 6 over 12. So 6 over 12 minus 5 over 12 gives us 1 over 12. So that would be our answer. Next question. Iris is riding her bicycle from her school to her afternoon piano lesson. She knows that the distance between school and the music academy is at least 2 1/5. So we know that at least means greater than or equal to. So that's greater than or equal to 2 1/5. So from that, we can eliminate C and D already. So we are left with only 50% chance of making a mistake now. So far, she has traveled 2/3 mile. So this looks like the constant right here, since this is what she has traveled so far. And she's traveling at a speed. So since it's a rate, obviously it must be the coefficient. So we have the 2/3 as the constant, and we have the 1/12 as the coefficient. And since we want to find the total, we know that we are adding, so it must be B. The graph of a proportional relationship passes through the point 13, 26. What other point must the graph pass through? All right, so we know that we can find a constant proportionality, which is y divided by x. So that's 26 divided by 13. So 2. So we get the constant proportionality is 2. So for it to be proportional, the constant proportionality has to be 2 over here as well. All right, we know that 12 over 24 is not 2. So this one is eliminated. 10 over 5 indeed gives us 2. We just work the others. 11 over 33 is not 2, it's 1/3. And 32 over 8 is 4. So the answer obviously is C. J simplified an expression correctly to get -3 minus 9. What could be the expression? what could be J's expression. All right, so let us try this one. So we put by the 3, minus 3 times x would give us minus 3x, minus 3 times minus 3 give us positive 9. So this looks like minus 3x plus 6. This is not the expression. Putting back the 3, we get minus 9 minus 3x. We get minus 6 minus 3x. So this is not the answer either. 3 times x give us 3x. 3 times negative 3 give us negative 9. This is not the answer either. Negative 3 times x give us negative 3x. Negative 3 times 3 give us negative 9. So D isn't the answer. Simplify the expression. A half. So we have minus negative 2/5. So we know that it's plus 2/5. And a half plus 2/5. So we can have the same denominator. So that's 5 over 10 plus 4 over 10. That gives us 9 over 10. So we have 9 over 10 divided by 3 over 5, same as 9 over 10 times 5 over 3, and that gives us 3 over 2. All right, so our answer is D. A circular rug has an area of 32.15 square feet. What is the diameter of the rug to the nearest tenth of a foot? All right, so we're trying to find, we can use the formula to find the diameter. We know that to find the radius given its area, we can find the square root of the area divided by pi. So that would be the square root of 32.15 divided by 3.14, which gives us the square root of 10.13, which gives us 3.2. So remember, this is the radius. The question asks for the diameter. So the diameter would be equal to twice that amount, so that would be 6.4. All right, we could also work backwards to get the answer. Since these are the diameter, we could find the area for each. The area would be equal to 4 squared times 3.14. And we see that that would not give us 32. And we could do the same thing as for all the others. All right, for the interest of time, we're going to move on. Daniel and Hector both threw shot put for their school track and field team. They each threw 5 times and recorded their distance to the nearest foot. Who has the greater mean and by how much? All right, so we know to find the mean, we have to find the sum of these 5 distances and divide it by 5. When we do that, we get 160 divided by 5, which is equal to 32. When we add these 5 distances and divide it by 5, we see that we get 175 divided by 5, which gives us 35. So they said, who has the greater mean and by how much? So obviously we can see that Hector has the greater mean, so we can eliminate these two because it's not Daniel. All right, by how much? That means we have to subtract. So that's 35 minus 32, that gives us 3. So Hector by 3. So that cannot be the answer either. Number 11, which expression is equivalent to 63y minus 18? All right, so let us start. All right, so first we multiply, use the distributive property. We get 63y minus 9 plus 9. That just gives us 63y. This one would give us 63y minus 18y. So this can't be the answer either because there's no y on the 18. This one will give us 63y minus 18. And the last one would be 63 minus 18y, which cannot be the answer either. So the answer is C. Since its arrival at a zoo, a rhinoceros weight has increased from 1/4 tons to 2 1/4 tons. By what percent has the rhinoceros weight increased? All right, so let us find how much the weight increased by first. So subtracting, we see that the weight increased by 1 ton. So our question is 1 ton is what percent of the original amount? So that's 1 over 1/4 times 100. And we see that we get 80%. 80%. Just looking at the question, we know that it could not be 100% because 100% would be 1/4 plus 1/4, which would have been 2.5. So we know it's not 100%. We could eliminate that obviously wrong answer. All right. A jewelry store buys gold and silver by the ounce. The graph below shows the prices of the different quantities of gold and silver. What is the approximate difference between the price of 1 ounce of gold and 1 ounce of silver? So we need to find 1 ounce of gold. So let us find the unit rate for each. So I use these points right here. So we see that we have 120 divided by 3. That's 40 for gold. And for silver, it would be 120 divided by 8. Which gives me 15. All right, the question asks us to find the difference. So it will be 40 minus 15, and we see that we get 25. They ask us for the approximation, so the closest one would be $30. Macy wrote the numbers 0 through 14 on a scraps of paper and placed the scraps in a box. He then randomly chose one of the scraps from the box. What is the probability that Mason chose a number greater than or equal to 6? All right, so let us write the numbers out first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, since the question asks to find greater than or equal to 6, let us highlight all the numbers that are greater than or equal to 6. So we have 1 number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 out of the 15 numbers that are greater than or equal to 6. All right, we could eliminate these two already because we know that simplifying this would never give you 7. All right, so when we simplify 9 over 15, we see that 3 can go into this 3 times and 3 can go into that 5 times. So we get 3/5. The chart below displays the daytime high and the daytime low temperatures for one Friday in Anchorage, Alaska. Friday daytime high was -7 degrees Fahrenheit. Friday nighttime low was -16 degrees Fahrenheit. How many degrees did the temperature drop from daytime high to nighttime low? Since that's for how many degrees it dropped, we know that we're finding the difference between those 2 points on our number line. So we could use our number line to do it, or we could just find the difference. So we find the absolute value of their differences, and we see that we get -7 plus 16, and we see that we get 9. So it dropped 9 degrees. All right, the next part says the warmest recorded temperature in Anchorage is 96 degrees higher than the Friday nighttime low temperature. What is the highest recorded temperature? All right, so Friday nighttime low was -16 and it's 96 degrees higher. So we know that we're adding 96 to that. We see that that temperature was 80 degrees. Dina is baking cookies from scratch for a school bake sale. She calculates that she will need 8 cups of chocolate chips. She searched her kitchen and found the items listed below. So she has 1 bag of 2 1/4 cups of chocolate chip. She has 2 bags with 1.3 cups of chocolate chip each. And she has 1 bag with 2.5 cups of chocolate chips. Does Dina have enough chocolate chips? All right, so since we want to know if she has enough, we have to add those. When we add those, we see that we get 7.35. And 7.35 is less than 8, so yes, she has enough. All right, they said how much by how much? So we know that will be 8 minus 7.35, which gives us 0.65 cups. So that's by how much? Number 17. Kelsey sold digital cameras on her website. She bought the cameras for $65 each and included a 60% markup to get the selling price. So she bought them for $65 and she's selling them back to make a profit. So she's putting more money on that, whatever she sold it for. So that's the question is asking us, what was the selling price of one camera? So it's $65 she bought it for, and she's marking it up by 60%. So 60% of $65. So that's 65 plus the 60% of $65, which gave us $39. So now she's selling them for $104. Erin makes a sandwich from the main ingredients shown in the table. Create a tree diagram to find the probability that she will make a wheat sandwich with peanut butter. Alright, so we can know our sample space. So we see that we have S for sourdough, W for wheat, R for rye. Then we have P for peanut butter, H for ham, T for turkey, and E for egg salad. Alright, so let us set up. So we have S, W, R. Alright, we have 4 different main ingredients we can put on it. We have peanut butter, ham, turkey, egg salad. So if we choose wheat, we have 4 different options we can put on it as well. Peanut butter, ham, turkey, egg salad. If we chose rye, we have 4 options as well. Peanut butter, ham, turkey, egg salad. So these are all the outcomes we could possibly get. So how many outcomes we have? We have 12 possible outcomes. So the question says, what is the probability that she will make a wheat sandwich with peanut butter? Wheat with peanut butter is only one option. We see wheat with peanut butter. So that would be 1 out of the 12 possible outcomes. So the answer will be 112. Thank you for watching.